Okay. Oh wait, I gotta leave the porn stream. Okay.
Yeah, you might want to do that.
Okay. So I say, okay, here's your cash, Miss Richardson, $150.
This will take care of my month's rent.
Behind on your rent, huh?
Lots of stuff that's been going on. Me losing both of my parents and all.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's just me and my little sister. I have to be both a mom and a dad to her.
Well, my condolences go out to you and your sister, Jane.
Thanks, that means a lot.
You have a wonderful night, sweetie. Stay safe.
You too.
The following morning, Jane was able to pay her month's rent and wouldn't have to worry about it until next month. While working the day shift at IHOP, Jane got a call from the blood bank she visited just the other night. What could it be? That's you.
Thank you for calling IHOP. Now serving pomegranate pancake syrup and a new stuffed French toast. This is Jane Richardson. How may I help you?
You cut out for like most of that.
Thank you for calling IHOP.
My mic keeps like hitting the like max volume and then it's not picking it up. Okay, come on, try that.
Thank you for calling IHOP. Now serving pomegranate pancakes.
Is it working?
Yeah.
Yeah. Calling IHOP. Now serving pomegranate pancake syrup and a new stuffed French toast. This is Jane Richardson. How may I help you?
Miss Richardson?
This is she.
My name is Beth Williams, one of the doctors at the Biomedics Blood Bank. We are wondering if you could come by next week to give another sample of your blood.
Okay.
We will pay you $10,000. Oh, Jane went silent for a few seconds. 10 grand for another sample of her blood? Was this for real? Miss Richardson, are you there?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. You said 10,000, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll see you next week.
Thank you so much, Miss Richardson. We will see you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I can do the narrator if you want.
That'd be awesome. Hangs up phone.
Hangs up phone.
No. Okay.
You can do the things in square brackets.
No,
Yeah.
read this.
It was the start of a beautiful day in the City of Angels. Jane returned to the Biomedics blood bank to distribute her blood and to score an easy 10 grand. She wouldn't have to worry about money troubles ever again. But why was Biomedics going to pay Jane $10,000? She couldn't figure it out herself. But if it meant put that money into an account and making sure that her and her sister were financially secure, then why not? Jane saw the same receptionist from last time and still remembered her, and the doctor who drew her blood was there as well. When it was all over, Jane claimed her cash, stuffed it into her wallet, and was on her way. Just as she was about to get into her car, a couple of well-dressed women approached her. One of them flashed her CIA badge and announced,
Jane Richardson?
Yeah.
Agent Tanya Margolius CIA.
What's going on?
Jane asked, very puzzled.
You didn't do anything wrong, Miss Richardson. Don't worry. But I was wondering if you would come with us.
Where at exactly?
You will see. Come with us.
The second agent said. Without hesitation, Jane got into the limo with other agents. Where were they taking her? Why did they choose Jane? Was there any significance? The two women were taking Jane to the CIA headquarters in Los Angeles, and they were going to explain everything to her as soon as they arrived. 90 minutes later, the limo arrived outside of the headquarters. Jane noticed there was also a U.S. Marshal and FBI van parked outside. What was that all about? Jane couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. No matter how many times she asked the agents, it was always the same. That information is classified. Jane wanted answers. She wanted to know what was going on. One side. Stop laughing or I'm gonna laugh.
Sorry.
Jane was Jane was greeted by a refreshing cold breeze. Wait, I need a second.
Sorry.
The seemed to be coming from the central air units. It was the hottest day ever. Jane was about to leave a room that looked like a police interrogation area. There inside was another male agent. Jane sat.
It was the hottest day ever. Welcome, Jane. We've been expecting you.
The agent said.
You mind telling me what the heck is going on?
Jane asked very suspiciously.
Not at all. First off, I just want to say I'm so sorry for the loss of your parents. I know how much you loved them. I take it you heard that the LAPD has been having a difficult time pursuing your parents' assailant, Jeffrey Woods.
Jeff the killer!
Exactly. We got in touch with the FBI, U.S. Department of Justice, and the U.S. Marshals, and they're all gonna see to it that Jeff is stopped once and for all.
But
Like
what
he's
does
a
that have to do
terrorist
with
or
me?
something. After receiving word of your blood transfusion at Biomedics, it is apparent that you are perfect blood type and may be the key to stopping Jeffrey Woods.
So let me get this straight. After I gave my
Jane.
blood, you and all these other agency guys want me to use it to stop that son of a gun, Jeff.
Yes, yes, ma'am. All you have to do is meet with our doctors.
Just meet up with the doctors,
Jane asked.
Yes, ma'am.
The agent replied.
and then I'm free to go.
In due time, I promise you.
And then I get another $10,000.
In due time, I
Jane
promise
said
you.
hesitantly. After she was led into another room, one doctor did an eye scan of her ice blue eye after giving her a vision test, reading an eye chart, etc. The scan of her pretty blue eye was stored into the computer.
Just one.
The next doctor to examine her was a cardiologist, following a few brief questions such as her date of birth, height, weight, that sort of thing. Jane had her blood pressure checked, which was 120/80. The normal blood pressure for a healthy young lady. Do you think they Googled that? The cardiologist said. He checked her heartbeat and asked her to breathe when using the stethoscope. The cardiologist wrote down everything. Next, a general practitioner was to examine Jane, checking her eyes, ears, throat, testing her reflexes, you name it. Jane passed with flying colors. Jane thought she was going to leave the building with no problems and be on her way. But when she was led down the hallway by two guards, she noticed in one of the rooms stretchers lined up with blankets covering the bodies. A total of 25 people, all young women, dead. What was going on here? She started to get freaked out by the sight of lifeless women who hadn't been disposed of and anxiously asked where the guards were taking her. They refused to answer. So out of instinct, she began to assault the guards, incapacitating one of them. Her fighting skills she learned from Mary's father, Sheriff Nick, really paid off. In the midst of the brutal melee, Jane was tackled and sedated by one of the doctors. Her world began to fade and blur black.
Well, where am I?
She was strapped to a chair, similar to what you'd see at a dentist office. Around her, the room looked like an operating theater, bathed in a bright white light, which gave the room a clean appearance. Jane couldn't see anybody because all that was in the room with her, facing towards her, was a two-way mirror. She felt something on her forehead that was similar to a headband, but saw electrodes and wires running away from her. Her hands and feet were secured in place. No matter how hard she tried, she couldn't break free. A few seconds later, she heard an unknown female voice on the intercom. It must have been that of an agent, researcher, or scientist.
Miss Richardson, can you hear me?
The voice asked, almost sympathetically.
Who's there?
It's me, Dr. Beth Williams from Biomedics. I didn't want you to have to find out the hard way, but some of these agents and government officials tell me you have a very healthy blood type, and from what I could gather, they were correct. If you're wondering, it was me who sedated you. I did not drag you into the room which you are in, dear, I can assure you. I will be standing by to monitor your vitals through this process.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Jane, we brought you here because you are the perfect blood type, and also the candidate for following the experiment that has been funded by the U.S. government, totaling in at $6.9 million.
Nice.
We have received word from the LAPD that they have had trouble in capturing the suspect responsible for the death of your parents, Bruce and Paula, and we, along with the FBI, Department of Justice, and the U.S. Marshals, agreed to help in the capture
You
of
guys already
Jeffrey
told me all of
Woods.
this.
If you haven't noticed, there's an intravenous needle in your arm. One of the scientists will be bringing in the serum to replace with your blood. The serum is classified, but it will ultimately help you in getting revenge on the one that took your parents' lives.
Just then, a scientist and doctor came into the room, prepping Jane. The scientist came in with a liquid hate. The container was 1.25 gallons with a biohazard symbol on it. The light from overhead cast it on liquid, giving off a pretty glowing purple. The doctor who came in was there to make sure everything was ready and to monitor Jane's safety. He assured her she had nothing to be afraid of and that she was going to be okay afterwards. This made Jane feel somewhat better. A part of her was scared to death, but the other half of her showed no fear, and she was ready. The doctor put the intravenous guys.
I don't know it either.
I know what it means. I just can't say it. I know what it is. Tube into Jane's arm. The one tube ran into a container that collect Jane's blood and shipped to the American Red Cross for patients who had the same blood type as Jane.
Oh, that's nice.
And receive a healthy blood transfusion. The other tube was attached to a container holding the liquid hate. So in a way, this was just an embalming fluid prep setup, but with an experimental liquid. Despite being reassured by medical personnel that she had nothing to be scared of, a single tear ran down her face. The process began. The voices that Jane heard, the scientists, the government officials, FBI, CIA agents, U.S. Marshals, researchers, began to sound distant. If something were to happen to her, she would see her deceased parents. On the other side of the two-way mirror, doctors were monitoring Jane's vitals, her heart, brain waves, etc. Her heart was beating at a steady pace, showing the EKG beeping, the readings of the EEG showing normal brain activity. Jane saw her blood being drained slowly, and it didn't bother her at first. But as it began to increase, she felt very weak and drowsy, almost like she was being smothered by an unknown person with an ether-soaked rag. In the next few minutes, Jane's surroundings began to disappear, first into a state of unconsciousness and weakness from the loss of blood in her body, then dead. The heart monitor in the other room flatlined, the EEG went flat. For that moment, Jane was clinically dead. Jane felt a gentle, familiar hand on her face, caressing her. It was her mother, Paula. She opened her eyes, and despite being deceased for over a few minutes, she was still in the room. Her father, Bruce, was there as well.
Mom?
Don't be afraid, Janie. Mommy's here.
Paula cooed sweetly. She saw Jane's eyes welling up with tears and held her daughter in her arms tightly, comforting her.
Dad?
Bruce gave Jane a kiss on her head as he joined in to hold his child as well. Jane was weeping as she was glad to see her parents.
You're gonna be okay, kiddo. You're gonna be just fine.
Bruce said softly, calming his daughter down. He was in full military dress, his medals shining in the light of the room Jane was in. His uniform was crisply pressed, his short hair shiny and brushed back, almost as if he was going to attend a military ball.
What's going on?
Well, since those doctors emptied your body, you went out like a light, but me and Daddy are gonna stay here until you come alive, honey. Karma?
Oh, it's sorry, I had to switch my mic. Does it sound better now? Yeah, the other one was kind of messed up. One thing I can never stand about... Paula said in her soft-spoken voice, words soothing Jane's heart.
One thing I could never understand about IV needles is when someone can't find a vein to put it in. That happened to me when I was a little kid, and I suffered sepsis, and I felt like frickin' Swiss cheese. All that I can put the needle in her. You should have known that experience as a doctor. Their PhD doesn't come with vision.
Her said, smiling, laughing. This made Jane smile and giggle as she laughed with her daddy. She knew for the longest time that her daddy was very silly and was still a goofball in the afterlife.
Oh,
That's also what Paula loved about her husband. Jane's parents stayed with her until hate was administered.
Your father couldn't stand needles being poked into him at all, honey. But getting like an allergy shot or vaccine, that didn't bother him. It wasn't an intravenous needle that caused hers. When he was little, they did have the side of a big needle. Hey, that thing was big.
I know I'm gonna feel hard and stiff when I get up.
What is happening? Considering the chair you're in, I wouldn't be surprised, honey.
Paula replied.
I think tonight you should take a hot bath with some Epsom salts.
Bruce said, caressing Jane's hair.
Good idea.
Jane replied.
You just remember one thing, my little Janie baby. If you ever need me and Daddy, we'll be right here.
Paula said, pointing to Jane's heart.
This one isn't italicized for some reason. We will come to live in your dreams, sweetheart.
Bruce added, smiling.
We're so proud of you. Jessie's lucky to have such a sweet sister. Always be watching over you.
Paula said sweetly.
Yeah. We love you, Jane.
Bruce said.
Now the purple stuff is about finished.
Paula said, pointing to the liquid hate that was halfway empty.
I love you, Mother. I love you, Father.
Jane said, giving her parents a hug before they returned home.
We love you. All right. We love you too, Janie.
Paula replied, giving her daughter one final kiss goodbye. Jane slowly regained consciousness and came to. The EKG and the EEG roared back to life, showing heart and brain activity, her vitals appearing normal, and her just. She saw she was still in the operating theater. When she looked down, she noticed her hands were now ivory white, and she was pale like a corpse. She screamed over the loss of her natural skin pigmentation and saw that her once bright platinum blonde hair was now full black. Ah, the horror! She tried to break free from her restraints, thinking she would fail, but increased strength ripped both of the restraints off and jerked the wires off her head. Before the leg was away and got up out of her chair, she looked towards the square mirror, now in a violent, angry, homicidal rage, hollered,
"What the hell did you do to me?"
She's going to experience violent episodes and homicidal tendencies for the first 90 seconds.
one of the scientists said to the group.
You are now full of liquid hate, Miss Richardson.
Agent Margolide said.
I look like fucking powder.
That's because your natural skin color went away, Jane.
Holy paragraph. Jane picked up the chair that was in the chewing, shattering the glass. She grabbed hold of one of the doctors, monitoring her vitals by the collar, slamming him against the wall with incredible strength, causing a huge dent. One of the scientists sounded an alarm for armed guards and medical personnel to restrain Jane. Once one pulled out a syringe, trying to aim for Jane's neck, but Jane took the needle and stabbed the doctor between the eyes and injected an air bubble into him. Two guards with automatic weapons tried to fire at Jane, but she grabbed both of their arms, causing them to fire at each other. One agent fired at Jane, but the bullet didn't faze her a bit. The wound automatically and quickly healed up. She approached the agent, who was still firing multiple shots at Jane, snapped his wrist into showing fractured bones and blood spurting everywhere. An orderly standing at 6 feet 5 inches, 300+ pound, tackled Jane, attempting to subdue her, but Jane had the upper hand, flipped him over on his side, and snapped him neck into.
Snapped him neck.
Just as carnage continued, Jane took the now
Snapped him
empty
neck
liquid.
into.
Yeah. Just as the carnage continued, Jane took the now empty liquid hay container, broke it against the ground, took a sharp glass shard, stabbed to death one of the agents. Her clothes now stained with blood. Amidst the dead, broken, mutilated, bullet-ridden bodies of those who were out cold, Jane looked at the group, who was now in the room, and had no mirror, and said in an ominous tone,
Thank you for saving me. Thank you for making me what I am. I know now what I must do. I must kill Jeffrey Woods and end his reign of terror forever. If he is not killed, more lives will be lost. I am much stronger now. I am unstoppable, unkillable. Weapons are useless against me. Anyone who dares crosses me, I will be the last thing they ever see. I will I will Jane the kill him.
Wait, that's fire. After 90 seconds, Jane's homicidal tendencies ceased and she was acting normal again. Same doctor examining her.
Maggie, if you can't tell, I made that line up.
MRI.
Sorry.
Unfortunately.
Okay, X-rays, MRI scans, and the final examination on her. Jane stood naked as the day she was born, as physicians didn't see any abnormal changes. No defects. She was even more beautiful, despite the fact she had pale white skin with black eyes.
Okay, Miss Richardson, I want you to forget about those guys you killed and read this chart right here.
An eye doctor said.
EFPTOZLPEDPEGFCZPFELOPZD 1234567 printed by Century City Optometry, 10250 Santa Monica Boulevard, Suite 170, Los Angeles, California 90067.
The eye doctor was flabbergasted that Jane read everything down to the fine print. He took a magnifying glass and saw the address and name at the bottom of the eye test chart.
Wow.
He said, dumbfounded.
So, doctor, are there any other tests?
So, doctor, are there any other tests I can take, or can I just walk out of here and be on my way? Well, are you going to give me another $10,000 or just stand there?
I'm just gonna stand here and stare at you all day.
The eye doctor said, seeing Jane fully naked.
I'll take that as a you're free to go. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Jane took her blood-stained clothes that were in a hospital bag and walked out fully nude, not caring that people were looking at her. On her way home, she saw clothes that were hanging out to dry. She decaf. Outside a little suburban home. These clothes matched her frame. They were a pair of black sweatpants, a sleeveless black Under Armour shirt, and a black hoodie. They all smelled sweet as she pulled them off the clothesline and got dressed in broad daylight. The only article of clothing that weren't blood-stained were her black Skechers. She slipped on her socks and shoes to Jessie and told her she was okay. Jessie waited back home for her to return. Also, Mary's waiting. Jessie immediately ran to her big sister's arms, gasping emotionally, giving her a big hug. Mary hugged both Jessie and Jane and gave her Honey Bunny a kiss on the lips. I'm so glad you're okay. I was so worried, Mary said emotionally, glad that Jane was all right.
I knew you'd come back.
Of course.
Jessie said through tears of joy.
I always come back.
Jeff has some competition. So with many other criminals out there. Don't go to sleep. You won't wake up.
I'm gonna Jane to kill you!
Coming for you.